Facebook, what's going on? What's going on? Hey, we gonna. I'm getting my mic adjusted real quick, and I hope everybody can hear me. What's going on, Facebook? What's up, world? What's up? What's going on? What's up? What's up with everybody, man? This our weekly podcast. Speak on it, and we gonna get live today. We got our subject today is how important sex is in a relationship. Before we get to that, I want to get to some news, man. Of course, we know that Brittany Griner has been released, and she's back home. She's with her family right now. So, and excuse me, I'm a little under the weather. If you see that, he's a little. Um, she's back home with her family. Uh, Now she's kind of heartbroken that Paul Wheeler will not be released at this time. They're going to go back and do negotiations with um, with Russia to get Paul Wheeler released. President Biden already notified the family that that wasn't going to happen. He was going to be Brittany Griner released with the prisoner swap of Victor About, or it was not going to be any deal. So we looking and we're going to keep you posted with that and let you know what's going on with that. You know, it's a sad situation, man, that they got a lot of prisoners all over the world. Is really shedding light of how wrongfully convicted or wrongfully detained American citizens are being detained all over the world. But we're gonna keep you posted on that, and whatever news we have, we're gonna give it to you. We also know that your boy Gunna got released. The rapper Gunna got released, and that's a beautiful thing that he got released. But he got released, and it was kind of a situation where he had to testify, not necessarily testify, but admit his affiliation with YSL. YSL is a record label, and also the prosecution trying to make it a gang affiliation. It's called Young Slime Life, and they trying to plant Young Thug, the rapper Young Thug, as the leader of Young Slime Life. You know, and that's unfortunate. He got out because we don't know nobody that gets out and they are guilty of a charge, but they get out and they found guilty, but they released from federal custody, and all his time was served. He was sentenced to 5 years in prison, 6 months with a suspended sentence of 4 years. Time served was about 6 to 7 months, and he was able to go. You can see on the internet him acknowledging his affiliation with Young Slime Life or YSL. Now we looking for Young Thug. They really don't have no charges on them. They had some things talking about they really don't have nothing in this really a vendetta against Young Thug with the prosecutor. They're trying to connect Young Thug with a string of gang activity, and they're using the RICO Act. The RICO Act can be used. It was used during the time of the mafia. In order for us to get the ringleader, we'll just get his underlings to testify against this organization, and we'll just get up the whole organization. And then right now, he will still remain behind bars, and we'll keep you posted on that. Also, Young Thug's sister, because they in the street saying that Gunna snitch, but Young Thug's sister said that he's not no rat, and she just made that statement that he wasn't a rat. We got everybody's on the internet right now on fire talking about what's going on with Gunna. Gunna, as far as him singing and rapping, it remains to be seen. From my vantage point, that's gonna be tough, to talk about what you talk about now, based on what you've done and what the world and seen. We don't know what happened on the surface in the working, what type of deal you made, but it happened, and we're gonna keep you posted what's going on. It was two other defendants that got the deal, members of YSL, and they were freed. They had two other gentlemen that were sentenced to life in prison, and behind the murder of a young man. Let me get the I'm gonna get the names for you, everybody. But yeah, they're trying to they're trying to get Young Thug wrapped up in this thing. You know, so it's gonna be something for what's gonna happen and what's happening, with this. So and it says 56 count indictment claims that YSL members were involved in the murder, attempted murder, robbery, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, theft, drug dealing, carjacking, and witness intimidation. It was one young man that say everything we need to know about this charge. But these 56 counts, they trying to make these 56 counts stick. And it says, in addition, 3 YSL members were charged with attempted murder in connection with an attack on a rapper, YFN Lucci, who was stabbed in jail February of this year. In April 2021, Fulton County charged YFN Lucci and 11 other suspects in the 775-page, 105 count racketeering indictment, according to WSBN TV. Lucci is currently in jail awaiting trial. So it's a lot going on, man, with this, and we just gonna keep y'all posted and let y'all know what's going on. But Greg, I see you. I see you, brother. So I'm like, yes, sir. I see you. I see you. So and Jig, I see you. My homeboy Jig, I see you. But yeah, so it's a lot that's going on with that, man. And right now, it's a war really on hip hop. It's a war really on us. And I remember the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan telling us to really clean up the lyrics, and all you can do is just tell people. But we are seeing what's happening within the hip hop world, and these young brothers, they losing their life, they dying. Everything is happening within the world of hip hop, man. And we pray for Young Thug. When Young Thug first came out, man, I couldn't really understand Young Thug, but I'm from the old school, so he's of this new generation of rappers, man, and I pray that everything works out for him on his behalf, man, and everything is happening so fast. And what's going on, Joel? What's up, Joel? I see you, boy. What's up? What's up? I see my family up in here, man. So that's really what's happening in the world, man. And tonight, I'm waiting for my co-host to come on in. Man, we're talking about how important it is, how important sex is in a relationship, and how it affects a relationship. And we're gonna talk about it tonight, man. And we're gonna make sure. What's up, Jack? I see you. We're going to talk about it tonight, and we're going to get some input how important it is in a relationship, because you see a lot of people. I was reading a article about a woman that admitted that she didn't love her husband. She married him, but she didn't love him. She married him because of the lifestyle. But as far as what activity was going on in their room, their bedroom, she never was in love with him, and she didn't feel, that type of affection from him, or she didn't feel that for him. And, so, Fernando, I see you. So, we going to get into that, man, and what's happening in the world. A lot of times, man, when you dealing in relationships with people, you got to really, be mindful of the things that you do, and make sure that you got a compatible mate. Because everybody is not compatible. You got to make sure you got somebody that's on your team. You got to make sure somebody rocking with you, and they're gonna make some things happen. So we're gonna talk about that tonight. Man, it's so much that's going on, man, with this Gunna case. It's a lot going on. You know, everybody got their speculations of what's happening. We know that Meg Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez, they having their trial started, and you know they trying to frame Megan in this line, and Megan is saying that she was Tory Lanez would have killed her if she would have known she would have, you know, gone through the things she's gone through. Now, a lot of times people, man, they will, you know, they'll try to slander your name, but it remains to be seen. We're gonna see the truth gonna come out. And that's right, Jig. Man, I hate the hip hop world change, bro. Music must be motivation. That's right, bro. When we was coming up, that's how it was. And you know, the way it is now, man, these youngsters very violent, man. They going through some things, man, very violent. We just talked about Granddaddy IU. He was a DJ and one of the pioneers. Brother committed suicide. He committed suicide, man. He said him and his wife were already planning to have another child before he died. You know, black men, man, we go through so much in life. We grow up in America and throughout the world, but particularly in America, and we're taught not to cry. We're taught not to show any emotion. We taught not to feel anything. We taught if we cry, we're a punk. You know, we're told to suck it up. We're not told we wasn't raised to show our emotions. So a lot of times, man, when you do that, man, our mental health is breaking down in our community, and suicide is on the rise among us, man. And you can have everything in life, but if you don't have peace of mind, man, you're going to do things to yourself, man, and end your life and hurt your family, leave your family behind. Now his family gonna suffer, and I'm praying for Granddaddy IU's family, praying for his wife and his children. You know, man, the brother just took his life. You know, over what could have been so hard that he took his life. And the brother grew up when we grew up. I forgot the song that he did, but it was familiar. If you played it, it's kind of on a, you know, I can remember it. But man, it was so much that happened, man, that us as black men, we're not really allowed to show our emotions. And some of us, man, we be hurting in the inside. We can't tell nobody because we'll be looked at as weak. We'll be looked at as, you know, boy, suck it up. Stop being a punk. You know, if we hurt ourselves, you know, we told to suck it up. If we're going through something, you a man, you're supposed to deal with this. You know, you're supposed to make this happen. And all the pressures of the world that we dealing in the world of injustice in society, and we dealing in a world of hatred, and we dealing in a world of disrespect, and we go through so much on the jobs, man. We got to bite our tongues on the jobs. We got to fight on the jobs. What's going on, brother Sean? I see you. We go through so much on the jobs, man, that we got to suck it up because we got children, we got mouths we got to feed, we got things we got to do, and we get abused on these jobs. That's what our most honorable Elijah Muhammad taught us to do for self, man. You got to do something for yourself, man, in order for you to be respected as an individual, man. We looking at the things that's happening in the sports world. Looking at Deion going to Colorado, Boulder, Colorado. The ticket on it is $29 million for the next 5 years. It's going to be spread over 5.5 million a year. I think the last end is going to be like 6.5. And they flogging you know, Deion Sanders because he chose to go to a Pac-12 school when it was his whole plan from the beginning to do this. He wasn't to stay at Jackson his whole tenure. Now it would have been good for him to Jay, what's up, man? It would have been good for him to be at the HBCU to build it up. But you know, it was other things that another forces that were going on at Jackson State that he had to go ahead and move forward, and he accepted the job. So and that's what happened. I respect his decision, and it is what it is, man. We gotta keep moving. I wish I would have went to a HBCU. As some people on the internet, some of us, as black people, man, we get in charge of stuff. We struggle with learning. I mean, we struggle with organization. One thing that I've known us as individuals is that black people in any institution is that we work better for white folks than we do for our own selves. We work better if we become the excellent CEOs, we become the excellent presidents, the excellent managers. But when we're let and you let us loose and do something for ourselves, we don't know how to govern one another. I think we struggle with governing one another. In the things that we got going. What's up, boy? I see you. So we struggle with that. So saw that, and he did that. Hey, I'm gonna mute your mic. I'm gonna mute your mic and just let me know when you need to make a comment. Okay, fat boy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm mute your mic. But so it's what it is, man. And Dion moved forward. I wanted to go to Grambling, but I chose the streets. I chose Street University. And I'm still proud of HBCUs, man, but we just got to work on our organization. We struggle with organization, and at the root of it is us. Us not being unified. We've been struggling for unity as a people since all of us been born. So it's been real. So G did Deion Sanders did do a good job. He came and did for the HBCU people need to capitalize on this people good deeds because everyone is not entitled to stick in one environment. That's true. He wanted to grow. But the thing is man, a coach, what he does is bring out of you what's already it's already in Jackson. The problem that black people got is that we don't see the greatness in ourselves and other people do. We walk out our mother's womb built. We walk out our mother's womb swole, brother, and ready to play ball and do anything. We can sing. We can do all these things, man. And we don't understand how to capitalize off those things. And you see the talent, and the white man sees the talent more than we do, and he knows how to capitalize off of it because he's unified, and we got to work on the unity as a people for us to effectively run and do things the way it's supposed to be done. Black, what's going on?
What's that? And which?
I see you.
What we got going?
Yes, man. Shoot, I just closing out on Dion going to Colorado, and we dealt with Gunner, in the Alfred plea. I'm gonna have to look up the Alfred plea and see how the Alfred plea really works.
Yeah, because we need to see because right now they got him listed as a snitch.
Right,
another
right.
Tekashi.
Right.
Frank Lucas.
Yeah. So it's okay. The name Alfred plea is taken from a case, North Carolina versus Alfred. An Alfred plea, also known as a best interest plea, registers as formal admission of guilt towards a charge in criminal court, while the defendant simultaneously expresses their innocence towards those same charges. So it says it's a registers as a form of admission of guilt towards a charge in criminal court, while the defendant simultaneously expresses his. So he's guilty, but he's saying he's innocent of those charges.
But in his case, he got off with time served though.
Yeah, he got off. He got off with time served, and he got a suspended sentence of 4.5 years. Yeah, 4.5. Go ahead, fat boy.
I said that man, he basically gave some information to solve what he had going.
Right. That's right.
Basically.
That's right.
It ain't looking good.
So we don't know what's going to happen. But
like I say, in Thug case, Thug just need to ride it out I don't know what you're talking about because the DA did some crooked stuff to get them in court anyway.
Mhm.
So if I was Thugger, I'll just ride it out. I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't do anything. Blase. Because at the end of the day, now it's Gunna and those other two guys were against Thug.
Right.
You know, so I'll just ride it out. I'll just ride it out.
Right. Yeah,
And he
man,
got a good lawyer. His lawyer ain't no
yeah,
punk
he do.
in that courtroom. His lawyer ain't no punk in the courtroom. So,
Right.
But man, the youngsters ain't really trying to ride nothing out these days.
No, they not, man. They
no, I'm
don't.
saying Gunna. I'm saying Thugger just need to just stick with his plan.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But when they get to seeing that stuff working in the jail and stuff, they trying to go and get down.
Exactly, man.
They trying to get down. They don't go by the whole law.
Oh, okay, I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
But yeah, that's a tough situation. And then how would Gunna bounce back? How would Gunna bounce back with his career being a snitch?
He threw.
That's what I said.
With those accusations.
Man, that's gonna be tough, man. That's gonna be hard pressed business for him to get on a record and talk about gang ties about it. So it's a lot, man. Even with go ahead, Fat Boy.
He won't be able to speak on nothing street no more.
No, he can't. He can't. I mean,
that's over with.
They don't care what the technical term is. They don't care what nothing is, man. They look at it as you snitched. And
yeah,
that's what it did. You snitched. And that's what's happening, that's what's going on. And the people, speaking
the new breed get away with snitching though.
But right. But let me ask you this. Do you think that Tekashi, we see Tekashi 6ix9ine, boom. Okay, do you think that Young Thug stature is bigger than Tekashi?
Hell yeah.
So what do you think on the consequences just dealing with Thugger?
You mean Thugger or you mean Gunna?
Because Gunna
ain't
and Thugger,
Tekashi's level.
Thugger.
No.
Well, he's associated with a top tier artist, Young Thug. You know, Young Thug is up there. You know what I'm saying? As far as on the run, you know, as far as the ladder in stature than he is with 6ix9ine. 6ix9ine, to me, he's gimmicky. You know what I'm saying? I don't really understand 6ix9ine. They made Young Thug a little bit more polished. You ain't really heard nothing. But I know some of his concerts I done seen, man, you know, Tekashi be everywhere. And it's strange to me because this generation is different. I've never seen that. I mean, when we were coming up, bro, you didn't live 2 weeks. You know, if you snitched, if somebody got you, you disappeared when you snitched. Now, you know, it's you know, these youngsters doing it like dude, it ain't going out of
they can like somebody can go and kill your brother or your cousin right now, sister, and a year later them people hanging with them. So it's a totally different breed now. They don't do that eye for an eye like we used to.
Right.
It's totally different. There's no rules to the streets no more.
Nah, there ain't no rules, man. And these youngsters, they don't know how to knuckle up. They don't know how to fight. They don't know how to negotiate. Even in the streets when I was coming up in Milwaukee, man, the gangs, that's it, Sean. The game have changed. You know, the gangs had agreements. You know, the GDs and the vice lords had agreements. So they'll rule this side of the neighborhood. They rule that side of the neighborhood. We ruled our side of the neighborhood. You can't come on the side. The stores were neutral. You feel what I'm saying? Any place was kind of the gray zone. They're like gas station stores and stuff like that. But you couldn't be caught inside of these communities, and it was rules. And with inside of when Larry Hoover was on the scene with the GDs, any violation that you had, bro, with the gangsters, man, they'll give you a pumpkin head. They'll just beat you to death, but they didn't kill you. You know what I'm saying? So they had rules and structure back then, but when Larry Hoover got locked up, it's just wild, and the youngsters they imploding on themselves. So it's no rules, it's no structure, and you can't really tell them anything because they not trying to hear it. They didn't come in the world of structure and discipline because all the G's were either in prison or dead. You know what I'm saying? And you know that what was happening is they were either in prison or dead. Some of us went on, changed our life, got in that square life. You know what I'm saying, and went on and did our thing. But the game then changed totally. You know what I'm saying? You was able to walk down the street. Hey man, you gotta stay on this side of the street. We didn't bother you. You know what I'm saying? You're on your side of the street. You see your enemy. The agreement is that we don't get down with each other when we got family. We got our children with us. But now these youngsters is reckless. And snitching was a no-no on all levels with all gangs when we were coming up. So we even with guns, certain individuals like lieutenants and captains.
The new breed gonna snitch.
Yeah.
They gonna snitch.
Right. That's right.
But they won't snitch when they need to snitch.
Right.
You know, it's like to say it's street rules, but on the same note, it's a time to kind of let them know what's going on. And in that case with Thugger, that ain't one that he should have, you know. But I know he want to get out, you know, his family, holidays, kids, whatever. But that's tough. Like he say, I know it's a strike to his career.
Yeah, they played on that, man. They played. Don't you want to see your kids? You just imagine what they were telling him. Don't you want to see your kids?
But in the situation he was in, he knew what he was doing before he got in that situation. So that's all a part of it.
It's all a part of it, man.
If you don't live like that, now I ain't saying it won't be hard, but you gotta stand on them 10 toes.
Yeah, bro. I mean, being in the game and that rap life, and we giving this illusion the way the youngsters are talking with the drill music. Now, in New York, they going to war with drill music. They really didn't even allow drill music at with Rolling Loud. They didn't allow none of the drill rap artists in New York City. They going to the mayor is going to war with drill music because they feel that drill music is influencing these youngsters, and they go.
The only reason that it's influencing the youngsters is the youngsters are more weak. They weak-minded now. We can listen to anything all day and night, and we understood that's that person, that's their life, or they just rapping for our entertainment. Right. And the new breed they hum that stuff and get out in these streets and get caught up.
Yeah,
you know,
man.
They the lost generation.
Yeah, and the thing is, they said about the white consumer, because 80% of rap music and music, when you 10, 20 million are going platinum, 80% of the consumers are white children. But what white children understand about the game, about rap music is entertainment. So they know it's on the record, it's good to hear, and then once it's cut off, it's over with. We're going back to business.
I don't know, because it's like now
trying to take it.
But nowadays you have more whites that's doing more, I guess, so-called thugging or whatever they call it. You got just as many whites doing it as blacks.
Yeah,
I mean, they dress the part, but we don't really see them. It's more niggas going to jail for BS than them. They'll listen to their music and they'll go out and shoot up a school or something. But as far as them doing what we do in the hood, they don't get too much caught up in that. I mean, I watch a lot of the little news from here all the way to Louisiana. It's more of us fucking up.
Yeah,
they dress the part. They try to learn our language, but they not out there in the streets wilding like us.
They're dumbasses.
Yeah, well, more what you're seeing, Fat Boy, is the culture. they being influenced by a culture. They
By
being
the culture.
they
Because at the
being
end of the day,
influenced
they
by
like
the spread of because
when
they
they
want to
hear
be
them saying that
part of it.
they shooting their partners and they doing
Yeah.
all that, they know that's just ignorant niggas talking on a track.
Right. Exactly.
That's how they see it. They'll be,
And
oh,
they
that's
know to
them
cut it
doing that.
off.
But then they'll dress the part, throw their little sets and get the little swag going. But they ain't out there killing each other like we doing.
Right.
They ain't doing that.
Nah, hell no, they ain't.
Nah, they ain't doing that.
Yeah, so it's real, man. So we just gonna keep that, keep that going, man. Let me see. We just gonna keep that going. So I'm gonna show this. I'm gonna share this with y'all and just show you the Fat Boy what you were saying about the influence. Well, I'm gonna share this with y'all, and we gonna do that. Let's see, man. I hope everybody good, man. Appreciate everybody tuning in. You understand me? And getting everything live. And we just want you to I'm gonna share this with y'all, man. And let me see what we got. Let's see.
You hard, ain't no boy fresh.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold
but
on.
hey, that's how y'all act. That's how y'all look right there.
Hold on.
That's y'all right there.
Hold on.
They need him with his pants down around his hip and walking with his legs wide open, holding the front left up while he got the phone in his right hand. That's what they need to do.
Man, I couldn't let nobody like that whoop me, Black.
Man, you shouldn't. That's crazy to me. I was in Walmart today, dude, trying to walk to the car, and he had his phone and a bucket and pushing a bucket with his right hand, holding his pants up with his left hand, and his pants was around his waist. His belt was around his waist. I'm like, what's the purpose of the belt? I guess to hold it around his waist. I mean, not his waist, his hip, not his waist. He had the belt around his hip. It was like in front of his crotch.
Right. This.
I don't get it. I don't get it. And he wasn't wearing no designer. Now, don't get me wrong. Back in the Gap, when I was I guess DJing when Lil Jon them came out with Patron and stuff, and Usher and them was and Jodeci and them was wearing their pants, but they was just a little low, but they had the boxers pulled up where you see the Tommy Hill figure, on the box.
Right.
I rocked that, but mine didn't go to my hip.
Right.
But so I don't know, man. It's just the youngsters, and his pants was tight, and they still was falling off. I didn't get it.
That's how they wear them skinny jeans now. How you buy some pants?
Yeah, it was skinny
size
jeans.
and a half too little, and then they can't go up past your ass.
Here we finna run it.
You real. I don't fuck with you because you disrespected me.
Yeah,
you disrespect my hood by telling me take off my flag, asking how gangster I was, nigga. You lucky on that day I was acting cool, cuz I told you I ain't got time for that. But nigga, today I got time, cuz.
It don't matter.
You acting like y'all. That's y'all. That's like y'all.
But nigga, you came up on me on some fun shit, nigga. I don't make peace with niggas that come up on me on some disrespectful shit when I didn't even know you, nigga. You walked up on me and set down your beer like, nigga, what's up? How gangster are you, cuz?
Now that's the culture.
You know what though?
Yeah.
That's the culture. But back in the day, he's saying all that nigga, somebody would have came and real quick.
Yeah, man.
What was wrong? You ain't allowed to say that.
Hey, these youngsters nowadays, they don't trip, especially the black ones. They don't be tripping because the white ones be calling each other nigga. They be calling each other nigga, and that be the strangest stuff I never saw is white folks calling each other.
I mean, don't get me wrong. No, don't get me wrong. They're not saying Negro. They're not saying nigger, meaning the degradation of the black man. They're speaking in the language that we speak when we say my nigga, my boy. It's a substitute for the word boy. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And so that when they say, my nigga, they don't mean nigga as in the cotton picking days. They don't mean nigga as racism. They don't mean Negro. as black.
I
But
get it.
in our language,
Yeah,
in
they
our
still don't get
language,
that.
in what we call it, Ebonics,
Yeah.
we say you my nigga.
Right.
We're not saying you my nigga, saying that you
Derogatory.
Right.
yeah, we're not using it as a degradation. You my nigga. He my nigga.
Yeah, they did make a song, Jig, about got time today. Yeah. What your boy did. What's his
About Money Bag.
Yeah.
Money Bag, yo. But yeah, so when they say that, they really not calling you a nigga, but it's just a fact from the history. You don't want them saying the word nigga as we say it. Just like they probably wouldn't want us calling them Peckerwoods or honky.
Yeah,
you know,
so yeah.
I know. So I guess a lot of the new breed give them passes to do that.
Yeah. Yeah,
our people respect that. When they get by themselves, the white people, our white homies, when they get by themselves, who was it? B-Ray.
Yeah.
We had a couple of cool ass white boys in school. They never said that because even though it means homeboy or whatever the substitution is, they never used it out of respect because we knew where we came from. You know what I'm saying? We knew somebody
else said they'll get on their ass.
Right.
But see, it's watered down now because it's watered down now because the new breed don't respect the past. It's about now. And if you speak about the past, you old. Anybody over 30 years old is old to the new breed. So they allow a whole lot of people to get a whole lot of their peers to get away with stuff that ours respected us, or if they did, we checked them on it. So it's just different. It's different.
Yeah, it is, man. And we just gotta respect it for what it is. It is what it. It's just them days, man. We had rules. With Gunna, I don't even know what's gonna happen with Gunna, man. It's as far as just keeping it a whole buck with you. I don't know what's gonna. Is he gonna be? He gonna make a rec? It's gonna be. They gonna market him a certain way. Is Leo?
No, that's yet to be seen. That's yet to be seen on the Gunna.
So
what was the? That's yet to be seen with Gunna. I'm disappointed in Gunna. But
yeah, it was rough, man.
What was the topic tonight?
Man, how important sex is.
What's the topic?
How important sex is in a relationship. How important sex is in a relationship, man.
So, and we got mixed views on it. A lot of the women are saying it's very important. It's a must.
Okay.
A lot of the guys are saying it's a must, but you got quite a few guys that's saying that it shouldn't be a main factor.
Right.
But majority of all the women say, hey, you got to come with it. Especially now. Just like I just saw a post not too long ago where they say what they say about once you get with a freaky person, that the regular sex is over with.
Wow. Woo.
Yeah, once you get somebody that freak you, that regular traditional up and down sex,
that's hard.
You got to keep coming with it. You got to come with it. That just popped up a couple hours ago.
Ooh,
yeah,
that's rough.
So it's a sex society, man. But once, like I said when I commented under one of them, once you know your mate and y'all are dating to be in a relationship, I think especially once you get married or y'all been dating 2 years or more and you dedicated to one another, I don't feel like it's that big of an issue. It's a major factor, but it's not an issue.
Right.
Unless it's continuing. If she rationing it out just a little because she's trying to teach you a lesson, she just always saying she tired, and back in the day you say they got a headache and all that shit and they don't want to do it.
Right.
That's when it's an issue. Or he busy hanging with the boys where he don't want to take time out to satisfy his woman, that's when it's an issue when you've been dating 2 or more years.
Right.
But like Phantom always say, you should always let the mate know how you feel about sex when y'all first get together.
Right. When you're getting serious.
You know, because
Yeah.
I've been with females that didn't really care for sex.
Right.
In the height when that was my main aim. And
right.
If y'all not close, or I guess I should say friends, it's a mission that you really want to be with this person.
Right.
That's gonna be a problem if I'm anticipating when we're alone, nobody's home, we're alone, and I want to get intimate and you're not into it, you're not on your cycle, you don't have, you in perfect health, you was just twerking at the club, and then we're alone and you don't want to do nothing. That's a problem. That's gonna be a problem.
Right.
Because I'm like,
well,
you
what
know
if
what
they
I'm
got
saying? I'm
trauma?
like, hell, what the hell going on? And then a lot of times,
what if they had trauma?
It'd be that they waiting on somebody, they already didn't have it,
What you mean?
First thing comes to mind.
What you mean?
It's a situation.
Yeah, you mean
That's a situation.
What situation?
That's a bad situation. Or she waiting on you to leave. She waiting on you to leave, so who she really wants to come over there, But it's a sex. I keep preaching, and I know certain people hate when I say it. This is a sexual society that we live in.
Right.
They love sex. They love it.
Right.
And
Jen says how we choose too, because man, do you think it's all in your choice? Some people gonna turn you on. Some people are gonna you're gonna have to dial down. People gotta dial down.
The world itself is so depressing, and it's hard to please a woman in regular everyday life. It's actually you really can't. A man can't really make a woman happy per se.
Right.
Not 100%. If she's not happy with herself, it ain't a goddamn thing he can do. So what they do in relationships, a lot of them, sex is that only intimate, one-on-one connecting moment that they have. So, it's like they love you and they hate you at the same time. And that sexual moment, you bonding for those 30 minutes, 45 hours, whatever, however long.
Right.
That's your bonding, that intimate. And it's nothing like that feeling when you connect. And I've seen them fuss, fight, what they call it, makeup sex. That's why they have a makeup sex. That's the person that y'all done got into it. It's fuck you, and then y'all going to fuck each other, So it's sometimes that's the only moment that person have. And so now the women like, you got to be good. That's a requirement. You have to be good in bed in order for us to last or say we're in a relationship. That's just
true.
what it is.
That's true. That's true. But my thing is, that should be stated up front. That got to be stated. Hey, this is what this is. Can we, are you an nymphomaniac? What are you doing? How do you like sex? You know what I'm saying? You got to ask those questions. What have you done sexually?
Shit, you don't want to know that. You don't want to know that shit. That's gonna run you out.
You don't want that true out on that.
But the thing is, those are the things that you gotta ask. Those are the things that you gotta ask.
But like I say,
if you don't, it's gonna be an issue.
Well, it's like this. It's a lot. Okay, I know a couple that's together right now. They married. She don't like sex, whether it's through operations that she's had in the past. She don't care for sex.
Right.
He's a nympho. So all of this happened when after they got married. It was perfect. The sex was cool. But after they got married, I think she went and had a surgery or two. And whatever the surgery was, she's just not that thrilled about sex anymore.
Right.
So he chooses to watch porn.
Okay.
And that's his method of, I guess, not cheating, not stepping out. So he chooses to watch porn. She has a problem with him watching porn.
Okay.
So I'm like, but you're not screwing him, but you don't want him watching porn. That's just like a man who not serving his woman, but get mad because she has a sex toy. She using a rose or whatever Austin be talking about, a rabbit, you know what I'm saying? She using those, but he's upset. And my thing is, they're using that as a method to keep him stepping out on you.
Right. So, but my thing is, so you're saying it can go down over a period of time? Is what you're saying?
No, she had surgery. She had surgery.
I think it's more important at the beginning than the end. Well, at the beginning.
No. He's asking. He thinks that after you've been with somebody for so long, you're just not interested in having sex with them. And I have to beg to differ on that, because if that's somebody who you care about and you're gifted in that area or explorental, you keeping it hot, you know how to keep it hot in that area, and you like that person,
right?
I don't think you ever get tired.
You won't.
You know, when we were growing up, we'll be like, oh man, it's the same old this, same old that. Man, it's been 3 weeks and I ain't had none. It's been 2 weeks and I ain't had none, you know. But once you mature and you get in a relationship, it's not a long-term relationship, and you care about that person. You all doing so many other things till the sex thing move from the front to the back seat, from the back seat to the third seat, from the third seat to the fourth seat. It's not really that big of an issue. But when you do it, you got to make it spontaneous. You
gotta make it
right.
Yeah, you don't have to do it every day, but when you do it, it has to be spontaneous. You can't go up in there and not come with it. Because when and that's on both ends. When the man is not satisfied today and the woman is not satisfied today, with social media out there, it's so easy for the other one to go and get it from somewhere else. That's where that term is, where one man won't do, another one will. Where one woman won't do, another one will. And sexually, you gotta come with it now. You know, you can't have stuff. It's brothers that I know, and I sent it to the guys that I know, 23, 25, 28 years old, that's popping Viagra alternative.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what in the hell y'all doing? But
drugs.
It's the drugs. It's the weed. It's
some drugs.
It's the pills they popping, the X pills and shit they popping, that's killing their sex drive. And they don't get it.
And the
I'm
alcohol,
talking 20, this guy, he might be 25, 26.
Right.
And he was on social media bragging about a sex pill that he got a hold to.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
that's what it be now. You got them youngsters taking all this stuff to where, I mean, I'm married, but I can only imagine trying to compete with somebody who popping something.
Right,
You know what I'm
right,
saying?
man.
You can't. A single man. It's hard for a single man to compete.
Right, right, man.
Yeah, you chewing something and the other man ain't chewing nothing.
Right, and they don't know what it's doing to them over a long period of time. With this
And
understandable.
they don't give a
If
damn.
you're older, yeah, if you're
Hell
older
no,
and
they
you're
don't
doing
do.
that, yeah,
And see, and then they get mad because and what this the deal. And like Tony Robinson saying,
yeah.
it's probably more than that, but it's 3 women to 1
It,
man. I think it's more
no,
of
it's 17. 17 to
17
1.
women to 1 man
Yeah,
now because
17
a lot of
to
the
1.
men, it was 3 before the
Yeah,
guys turned gay.
right,
Now it's more gay men now. Now they're dying younger.
right.
And let me see, they're dying young, they're gay, and they're going to jail.
Right, and they doing this
So
transsexual, transgender stuff now.
right.
They into
So
the transgender
that's
stuff.
what increased the woman to man. And that's why you see so many posts of the women saying, why you messing with that woman's husband?
Right.
Because it's a shortage of men.
Yeah,
It's a shortage of men.
800,000.
And
Yeah,
and the average woman that's so-called single, that's looking for a man, she's gonna be sharing a
yeah,
man.
you gonna have to. Yeah,
She's gonna be sharing it.
basically.
That's just it. Because and like I said, every single man, majority, I'm gonna say 90%. I'm gonna step out on a limb. 90% of single men that got their shit together, they have 3 women. They have a main one that they deal with. They have the one right under her that's all that doesn't do what she does. Then they have that random one that they just kick it with. They just go over there when he ain't got shit else to do, and all the other ones tied up, or he didn't please them. He go there. He gonna have 3 women.
Okay.
So when she meet him, thinking she's finna be the only one, she's still competing with the main one that he dealing with, the one next to her, and the little random one that he just messed with whenever he ain't got nothing else to do. That's the one he go.
Right.
She got the weed, she got the alcohol, she got the card games going, she got the macaroni and cheese on the stove with the sausage in the oven.
Right. Right.
The pan, not the sausage with the skin on. What they call it, the
Boudin.
the down home sausage, not the
Oh,
pan sausage. You got that in the oven with a little barbecue sauce on the side.
Right.
He go over there when there ain't nothing else to do.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying?
True.
But he gonna have his woman that's at home. The one beside her that when she tripped, he tells her about her.
Right.
You know what
right.
I'm saying?
Right.
Man, she doing it, and then he got that little random.
But
He go
what
and get his good bologna sandwich.
But
You know,
what's happening now is that these women engage in polyamory. They engaging in polygamy.
yeah, because there's a shortage of men. They ain't got no choice.
Yeah, I
They ain't
mean,
got no choice.
if
So
you
instead of
line up,
sneaking around and going through the hell of knowing, oh, why you with her, they accepting that now. You have respectful women that's coming on here now. You have respectful women that grew up respectful, saying, oh, I might as well get her husband and I move in. You know, they married. I might as well mess with both of them. Let me move in. That's what they trying to promote now because there's a shortage of men. So instead of creeping and being played, let's just open it up and let's do the polygamy thing. One man and he got 3 women.
Right.
And they accepting it.
Right. And
they trying to push that. That's what they trying to push now. Just like they push the transgender thing and lesbian and being gay. Now they're pushing the relationship with 1 man, 3 women. And then there's gonna be 1 woman, 2 men, and 3 men, you know, but it's more they pushing it with the men though and the 3 women.
Right. Well, you can look in scripture, you can look at the kings, you can look at history. You know, men always had more than 1 woman. Kings have. They had a wife and their concubines, women they just had pleasure with. That showed his power, that showed his control. And now what's happening now is in the world, it's you can see the imbalance now that a lot of women they by themselves. You know, they don't want to be by themselves. Now they're opting out to share a man because they don't want to be by themselves. You know, in Islam, polygamy is practiced, but
If you can afford them.
now polygamy is Allah gives you up to 4 wives, but polygamy is only practiced under one condition.
You can afford them.
No, polygamy was practiced during the time of polygamy was practiced during the time when the men went out to war, when Islam was being established in Arabia. The men went out to war and they were killed, and the men that were left behind, they took up the women to help care for them and their children, so the children wouldn't be orphans and the women wouldn't have to go out and prostitute to feed their families. So it wasn't a necessarily lustful thing, but it was to secure the society, to help move them forward. And when that problem was corrected, that you had a balance of men and women, and then Allah just, you know, he moves that, but he allows polygamy in order to balance society. And right now, you seeing in the black men and women, you seeing women having to share. They don't want to do that, but they don't want to be by themselves at the same time. Now, if there's something that, you know, some people are built for, you know, if you can, because it's expensive doing that, dealing with more than one woman, or whatever agreement you have with this woman, you deal with it, but it's going to be some type of money that you're going to have to deal with, dealing with the women. If it's like you said, Black, taking them out, you hanging out with them, you putting gas in your car to go see them. So you got to be built for that when you're dealing with more than one woman. Now the stamina, you having sex with this person, you having this female, you having sex with that female, you having sex with, so you got 3 women that you dealing with that may want to get in the mood the same night that you didn't have sex
with
all these women.
Austin said on the previous podcast they got pills for that.
Yeah, they got pills.
They got pills for that.
Man, that them pills raise your heart rate. They do, but you know, it ain't gonna kill you. But you know, it's real. But that's polygamy. It serves a purpose, but it's not something in society. You know, if you can't afford to deal with no woman, man, don't, because that's polygamy is a hard life. Polygamy is not something that you want to engage in and think is glorified, dealing with more than one woman, because you're dealing with her attitude. If you have children with her, say if you have children with all 3 women and you have 2 children by all 3 women, that's 6 children you got to deal with. I know a brother that got 2 wives. He got 8 children that he take care of, but he got that bread. He got a business, and his children work in the business. So it's not a life that if you get into it, it's something that's glamorized. You know, these men, they take a responsibility for their wives. The wives got to get along. Will the wives get along?
A lot of women today, when it comes to the sex thing, I know a situation right now where a woman is in a position to be with a man who has his own crib, nice vehicles. Like I say vehicles. He at least got 2 nice, vehicles. Good job. Yeah. And he got everything. He got his shit together. And he trying to put her on that level, making sure she go to work, making sure her credit straight. Yeah. Trying to get on her on the level. Of course. But she rather be with the one who has the better sex, which don't have a vehicle, have a mediocre job, still living with his mom. No job. Mediocre job that he's in and out of jobs. Right. So it's like she would turn down someone who can upgrade her and give her a brighter future for someone who has good sex.
That's true. You got
And
a lot of
this is something presently that came to me.
nah, this
And my
been
thing
going
is,
on.
when I speak this, a lot of people like, it ain't all about sex. It ain't about
Yeah.
this. It ain't about that.
It is.
Yes, it is. Because if she's willing to throw away somebody who can get her financially stable and where she want to be in the next year or two, to go step backwards to somebody because the sex is better.
She'll do that.
Yeah.
She'll do that. She'll
And
do
that's
that.
sex. And that's because the guy coming with the sex and the one that's established,
Right.
his sex ain't good as the other guy.
Or she'll stay with the married man and deal with the guy that got the good sex on the side.
No.
You know,
This guy
no,
not
no,
married. This guy
I'm saying
wants to
this real
marry.
life.
No. This
No.
guy wants to marry her. He wants the guy that's established wants to be with and marry her, but she don't want him because the sex is not as good as that broke joker who you know, he ain't got nothing. He ain't got a what y'all call it, a window to
a
a pot to piss in and a window to throw it out. This nigga can't even rub two nickels together.
Right,
but she rather leave one who's established, who got two vehicles, who own his shit. She rather leave him. She wants to leave him to go back to the guy, the broke joker, because he got good sex. And back in the day, it was financial reasons that people broke up. It was financial. It's not financial anymore because the women making money now. They making their own money now.
Hey,
so right now,
in that situation that you're just referring to, is it possible that she feels like she can't measure up to those standards, and so she's using that sex thing because this guy has less standards than the other guy, and she wants
that
to
too.
That
too. But out her own mouth, she said, out her own mouth, she told me, the guy who wants to marry her, that wants to do this and that, his sex is whack.
Yeah.
She wants to be fucked and good.
And again, can that just be a defense mechanism that she's throwing out there that
need to be established though, Jay? That need to be what's wrong with people that they just can't be established up front that's what you want.
Because
now I'm thinking in that situation.
Look.
In that situation,
that's what I'm saying.
You would be a fool because the people around her are saying that she would be a fool to throw that away for that. So she's kind of staying in it. You know what I'm saying? But me personally, I would just say
she's not happy. She's not happy. She's not happy.
I would just say fuck it and get out of it because I don't like the faking and jaking.
Yeah,
that's my problem.
You cannot allow people to live your life for you. You have to live for what you want. And
but she knows that if she go back to that broke situation, they be fighting.
That's what she likes. She knows what comes with that. She already knows what comes with that. So apparently that's what she likes. So if that's what you like and that's what you're used to,
yeah, she want to be toxic.
She want to be toxic. They'll sleep out on the streets with this man. They'll sleep in a public bathroom. If that is something about a man, and men and women's natures is different. It's just something about a man when he got good sex with a woman, it takes over her mind. And I've seen this time and time again coming up. It's a girl that I know personally. Kept cheating on her husband, love her husband, but she be going out and stepping out on him because
like Austin say,
and she be crying.
She love him, but she's not in love with him.
No, she in love with him, but she just say the sex ain't
good.
The sex ain't good.
She might love him, but she can't be in love with him.
She loves him because of the history that they had.
They got children together. She got caught
she loved him.
Whole trailers with other men, and he walking by, hearing her get knocked down in a trailer, and she crying, begging for him back. He take her back, and we've known this, and she keep cheating on him.
A
for
damn
years,
fool.
and
A damn fool.
we keep taking her back.
A damn fool. That's
Keep
it.
taking her back because
And he deserved every ounce of hurt that she dish out. A damn fool. And I wish more hurt on it.
A lot of you all have made it where pussy is the most valuable thing in the world. A lot of you ignorant dudes have made that the commodity of all time.
Why are you putting yourself in?
No.
Why are you
pussy to make you do everything to get it,
Austin,
and then when you get it, you don't know how to treat it or keep it, huh?
that was back in the day. I don't know too many men.
Right now.
I don't know too many men.
If you look, check this out. If you have a rent house and the woman cannot pay you rent, she offer you some pussy, and you take off $1,000 off her rent.
No.
What?
Right.
I wasn't brought up like
man,
that. You gonna pay me. If we don't have sex, you gonna do that later.
Pussy,
You
the
gotta,
best commodity that there is.
This generation, man, ruled by their neighbor.
Not me.
And hell, some of them can't even last that long. So
Man,
You got some that might do that.
They
but
ruled by their neighbor, man. They rule. A lot of these youngsters ruled by their neighbor.
Now I gotta get
They
me.
make decisions, but
I need all mine.
No, man, you gotta get.
They get mad at me because when I charge them the DJ, they figure they can pay me my deposit, give me a little of my other one, try to rub on my arm. No. I ain't trying to. Ain't that damn that rub on the arm shit.
No.
Give me the other 150 you owe me.
Right.
Damn that rub on the arm shit. I don't even get down like that.
Right.
And let's look at prostitution. You still got prostitutes out there. You still got people paying money for
prostitutes are struggling. They out there, but they struggling now because you can go get you a 23-year-old.
Putting $40 on the nightstand.
You can get a 23-year-old and get her a blunt, and screw her all night. every kind of way you want to twist it. Just come over there with a sack.
A blunt and some teleport.
A sack and some goddamn
that's what she wants,
and some Swiffer Sweets, some zigzags, a golf.
That's what she wants.
But I'm saying, so the price of cat is gone down. Some of them they were paying 40. Now they going and get that Reggie and roll that up in a damn game, a Swiss or something. Get a golf and you go over there, man. Once y'all blow that first one, I tell you what, you go and get you a 20 sack of some good shit, a 20 sack of some bad shit, and you go over there. So you spend maybe $60. You go over there and let me see, good and bad, 3.5. You're gonna pay 40 for some regular. You're gonna pay 60. So you do a good $100 worth. You able to hit about 3 women. You smoke that good stuff with her when you first roll it up, and you able to do everything you want, flipping right as long as you can go till the sun come up.
Hey, Black, so do you think, people, okay, boom, the sex, his sex ain't good, blah, blah, blah. Relationship is a better alternative for some people. Do you think an open relationship is a better alternative for some people?
Hell no. She just don't need to be in no fucking relationship. Just fuck.
Ain't no need of
Damn a relationship.
Right.
Open relationship, that's bullshit.
Right.
Yeah. Just have sex. Just say that we ain't got no ties. Like you say, like Phantom want them to do. Just be open. Right now, everybody knows about sex. So just say, hey, I ain't looking for no relationship, but we can do that. When I ain't got nothing to do, you ain't got nothing to do, hit me up. Let's hook up. That's that real shit. That's that real.
An open relationship is nothing more than sharing a bed with a roof over it.
Right.
Sharing bills. That's all it is.
Right.
Y'all just homies.
Right. So, because it's dangerous to it too. Because man, you can have an open relationship with somebody and somebody.
But I'm just saying,
because it's human emotion. Emotion is always a factor.
Austin, when they're saying open relationships, these fools are in a relationship, but they agree to see other people? Why not just say fuck it and you do you, I do me, and we hook up and we do we?
Well, I understand what
I'm
you're
not
saying.
gonna be claiming nobody who I know just screwed John.
Well, I mean, you
And
know,
you gotta go speak to John.
hey,
You
yeah,
right about John.
no, better than that, you might as well cut out the middleman and go and suck John dick, because that's what you're doing when you coming back kissing her.
So what if
Hey, fat boy, he's a character. You know,
Hey.
he's a character now.
look,
We
look,
didn't got him out his character tonight. I ain't never.
Boy,
You know,
Hey, let's see. Yeah,
boy,
dog.
y'all wow.
he used
y'all
to be a
wow.
little settled, but he kind of loose tonight.
Yeah, y'all wow. That okay, so if you dealing with an open relationship and you dealing with somebody, check this out now. What if you up the road? You 5, 6, 7 years into the game.
Latanya need to do her hair and join us live.
Yeah, you into the game 5, 6 years with this person, and now they tell you they not happy. How would you deal with that? That hey, the sex ain't.
You
sex
supposed to
ain't
already
going
know.
downhill.
You already know she ain't happy.
You
You
feel
didn't find
bad.
out in 5 years that helper wasn't happy. You knew she wasn't happy. And you didn't do shit to change it. And now she won't out. When she tell you she not happy, that means she won't out. She pretty much found her alternative.
So when
They don't
say
just
that,
wake up overnight unhappy. That don't happen.
right. Do you think chemistry important in a relationship?
Chemistry is hell important if you're trying to marry somebody.
Right.
If you're trying to do long term, chemistry is hell important.
Hey,
I know people say we can grow to love each other and opposites attract and all that shit, but if you ain't got no goddamn chemistry, that shit ain't gonna work.
Right. Yeah, well, that's real. That's real. You gotta have the chemistry, man. So, do you think it's important sexually in a sexual relationship with somebody that's having good chemistry?
Yeah.
I'm gonna let Austin jump that off.
Let me tell you like this. When you first establish yourself in a situation, you gonna be able to tell if the pussy good or if the dick good. And you need to make a determination at that time if this what you can tolerate. She ain't gonna get no freakier, and he ain't gonna make it last no longer.
Right.
So you need to identify if this is something that you can deal with long term. If it ain't what you want it to be in the beginning, go ahead and get out of it.
But Jay, a lot of people don't. But
times and it ain't what it is.
It's
then you need to
Latanya,
move
not
on.
Tanya.
So let me say this. Why do people don't do that? Why is it that they can't be? Is it because he got some money? He can take care of me.
It could be a
It could
couple
be about-
They
different
ain't messed up
things.
about no money no more, but
It could be a couple different
I just
things.
told you
They're
that.
thinking-
The lady willing to throw away somebody who's established for a broke joker who ain't got nothing.
They're
It ain't about the paper
they're
no more.
thinking that they can change it. They thinking it's gonna change over time. You stay in this stupid relationship longer than you're supposed to because you think it's gonna change, it's gonna get better.
Right.
So
right.
stop thinking stuff is gonna get better or a person's gonna change. Where you meet them at is how you deal with them.
Right. And that's real, man, because a lot of times, man, like I said, a lot of times we're not honest because some people want this lifestyle. Some people,
Man, look,
women
women making their own money now. The
Yeah.
woman realized that they not finna sit back and wait on no man to give them nothing. So when the woman started making her own money,
yeah,
that's when marrying for financial reasons got out, because a woman can make her own money and go get a goddamn rabbit or rose and just be as happy, wake up in the morning, take that shower, go to work, just like it ain't nothing.
No, it ain't.
So right
nothing,
now,
nothing.
but the only thing, that rose and that rabbit can't pull that hair back and can't spank that ass.
Right.
So when they get a man, he gotta come with it.
Right.
They don't want no lame ass man, because hell, the rose and the goddamn rabbits and all them other damn toys taking over that.
Right.
So when she chooses to lay down with a man, he gonna have to pull that hair, suck toes. Now it ain't no just up and down and doggy style no more. You gotta suck toes. You gotta kiss booties. You gotta get freaky. Like that girl say, once she got freaked, it was over. A man coming with just a regular up and down, round and round, ain't getting it. So you gotta
somebody
like
actually,
Austin say, you gotta know if that's something you can play in or not.
so somebody actually said that, Black.
Yes, that's on Facebook. That's
Okay.
she said, and getting a lot of comments. Then women start coming on there. Now show can't. It's totally different. Once you get freaked, it's hard to go back to the regular.
And the ones be talking about that, they stuff be just trash.
Yeah, because they wore out. It's trash. That's probably why she needed to be free. Because the regular way ain't working no more.
And
She had too many. Ain't nobody want to be freaking.
Yeah, and the women need to get that out their head that a man always want a woman that's just so freaky. I saw this woman took a 12-inch dildo and put it in her mouth and put it out. You know how many niggas she had to practice on to get that right? Don't no dude want that.
No, man.
That's just something that you deal with on the side. That ain't nothing that you want to have in your house and present to your family. If this is my girl.
So do you think women kind of factor in when they get older? Time move on, they get older. How they can affect them as they get older in their 50s, 60s. And you've done that. Now all you want is the freakiness, but you 50, 60 years old and you want that. And now you finding yourself by yourself.
Well,
because
hold on. Let me address Latanya right quick.
Really marry you. Yeah.
Let me address Latanya right quick. She said that they have to be on this shit. He have to be on this shit mentally, physically, financially, and spiritually.
Mm-hmm.
That's from a woman. That's a mature woman mind speaking right there. The new breed, the 30s and unders. I'm gonna say the 40s. I'm gonna say the 30s and under.
She gonna get old one day. She gonna get old.
The 30s and unders don't see that. Right now, those 30s and under, they it's about me getting me. They watching the Love and Hip Hop. They seeing the TikToks, and they easily influence. So right now it's a sex thing. For long, who was that? The Del Rio, what was the lady name back in the day that used to do the get 4 or 5 guys and she sit in a circle, and Vanessa Del Rio. They trying to do stuff like that on the regular now. That used to be something that we like, oh man, Vanessa Del Rio was in a circle and she had 4 guys going back and forth. That was exciting.
That's the thing. They going through this right now. They're going
I'm
through
gonna say
right
15, 20 years ago.
And then later on down the line,
you get older,
coochies looking like chitlins. Don't nobody want that.
That's true.
Don't nobody
but
want
on the cool, the value of sex, almost not sex, the value of the cat, I guess, to keep it mild, is not what it used to be. Them guys used to come out, them sugar daddies, them guys used to come out of big bucks. 300, 400, just to lay down with a woman for 10 or 15 minutes. When you can go and get that little broke chick, like I said, and get in 2 blunts, you can go buy you 1 3.5, roll 3 blunts.
Man, you can go to McDonald's.
Right. Yeah. Get them
but they rather smoke than eat now. Smoking is the thing. They rather smoke than eat now.
Yeah.
So you pop up with McDonald's, they're gonna look at you crazy. You pop up with a sack and a goddamn golf, you in there. Yeah. I heard a girl told me it ain't about going out. Girl told me, and she said this on here too. It ain't about, she rather sit in a car and vibe with him getting high than go to a restaurant and get to know him over a meal. So it ain't about that no more.
You have to look at the type of woman and the caliber of woman that you dealing with.
That's right.
All of them aren't like that. So so when you go out for top tier, when I want to go to a steakhouse, I go to a top tier steakhouse.
Right.
When I just want to eat some beef, then I just go to McDonald's.
Right.
But when I want top tier, I'm going to pay for top tier. So you get what you pay for.
That's true. So you dealing on that level? Do you think it's the type of woman that want that is more on a let me see how I can say it. So the social scale, lower social scale, because that's all they know. It says.
Yeah.
Actually, the one who said that came from an upper class, but she got into the world and it's not about that anymore. She rather just blow the clouds and just live life. She got woe down with the upper, and so now she just living, and then she called it living. She say plus that saves money because you ain't got to spend a whole lot of money. You just go get a 3.5. You know what I'm saying? $40 bag a week, and then go pay what $1.19 for a guard, and then you get 2 guards. So shit, that's it. Then you sit in the car, y'all vibe, and then if the mood right, weed is also, I know, can be used as an aphrodisiac. It depends on which kind you get. so you blow your cloud, she feeling good, you feeling good, and man, shit, after you let that seat down, I get in the back or whatever. It is what it is.
This dude,
it's easy to date now. Back in the day, the man had to have a good job.
That ain't
he had to have a good job, a nice car, and a decent crib to pull a top-notch woman.
That's not dating, bro. That's not dating, bro. To blow some
trees. I can't make look. I can't make this shit up. It's over. I can screenshot it and put it in the group tomorrow.
Man, them women. You looking at longevity, bro. When we talking about, because we are men. We within our season age. So you got family, children. You talking about eventually having a family. You can't think in such short terms of I'm gonna blow some trees and sit down. You can
get you a family getting high, man.
Yeah,
a lot of kids getting high
and getting vibes, and we
talking a lot of kids these days were created getting high. The kids that we created came out of Keith Sweat, Al B. Sure, and Guy and all them. But the kids, the kids that came out now, they came from being high. They high babies.
They crack babies.
No, crack babies was in the 90s. 2000.
They meth babies then. You still got it.
But we talking about
they exotic weed. They runts. They runts babies now. So they be smoking runts.
Seriously, but a person that's serious about a relationship.
Yeah,
and serious about a person, they're not just
in your health, and your health, and overall health.
Yeah, they just not gonna settle for a bag of weed and some McDonald's.
Dude, that's what they probably not gonna do the McDonald's. It's gonna be a bag of weed and their favorite chips and a soda, either a Sprite or you come with a Coke.
Again, those girls are real.
A daiquiri, you get a daiquiri, a bag of weed.
The daiquiri gonna do it,
and a daiquiri and some chips.
Man,
that's it.
Man.
You ain't out of if you go to an upper restaurant, a top-notch restaurant. If you go to a top-notch restaurant, you're gonna spend $130 just for you and your lady to eat.
But we're talking about relationships. We're not talking about
if you take your lady out in a relationship these days trying to get to know her, you're gonna go to a top-notch restaurant.
Right.
You're gonna be out of $130 easy just for the two of you to eat and get something to drink. And that's with her getting a pink lemonade, a strawberry lemonade, and you getting a glass of water. You out of $130.
But those women right there are ones that you want to invest your time in because you feel that they are quality enough. Right. So the women that you're talking about, they are just good for what they're good for.
Yeah.
The women that I'm talking about too, you have top women though that just like to get high. That just like the simple things. So she like, you don't have to do this. So why go spend this $130, $140 on this meal when you can just go get a $40 bag, a 43.5.
Yeah, she don't
A
think
God.
enough of herself then.
but no,
Pick up a bag of Doritos.
She might need to check
and
herself
go
out.
get a
Scheme
dad.
level.
You just being funny, bro. We talking about
No. I'm
talking
gonna
about
send
a
you who
real
sent
solid.
this. It's on my page.
We
I'm
talking
gonna
about
send you who sent this though. I'm gonna send it to the
all
group.
right, man. We talking about a real solid relationship.
She's a real woman.
Ain't no
She
woman
top notch.
gonna be worth.
She came from an upper class family.
With a $40
She's
bag.
established. She's an
$40
independent businesswoman.
$40 bag of weed, bro, and that's
$40
all
bag of weed,
Well,
a daiquiri,
She
her favorite
doesn't
chip.
value herself then.
Man,
That she valuing herself at a $40 bag of weed. She
$40
don't value
bag
herself.
of weed, bro. Come on now, ain't no woman.
I can't make this shit up, bro.
It's a lot of them like that now, though. It's a lot of them. They lived on that high pedestal for so long.
Yeah.
And now they just settle down. They just living life.
Yeah. And that don't take away from her as a person.
Because they
But
feel
this is
like
just
they
what
missed
she
out on so
called
much
a
being
date.
that top 10 person that she tried to be, and she wasn't really that.
But they need to deal with men that's gonna get down like that. If a man is serious about you, want to be in a relationship and take something further, he don't need that type of woman that you don't get do a
Yeah, now I agree with that. Like y'all saying, I get what you're saying. A top-notch man gonna want a woman that's closer to his level.
Right.
So I get that. Right. But she's not she can get on that level. She really can. But she just choose to do that.
Well, she need to find somebody that's on that level. Then she need to find somebody that do what she do. And if a man want to be in a relationship with somebody and he's serious, buying you a dime sack of weed, or for,
no, you gotta be 3.5. You can't come with no dime now. Dime ain't gonna do no blunt. Hey, you go to somebody. This nigga said a dime. You go to somebody. Hey man, let me get a dime of weed. He gonna give you a little bud like that. That ain't gonna be enough for nothing. You gonna get a third of a guy. You gotta get the 3.5. And her favorite car. Get her some nice chips. And go get a daiquiri, a large daiquiri. Make it a suicide one where you mix all of it in there. And y'all just what's your name? You know what I'm trying to get to know you. I'm trying to get to know you. Oh yeah, that night train.
No,
Taylor Port. That night train. They ain't did. Hey, they done took night train and call it Taylor Port now. It ain't nothing but that night train.
Right.
That Boone's Farm night train, Mad Dog, is the night train. That's what that teleport they say tastes like.
Now, nobody, Latanya, is so she said, so you judge women that, I don't judge no woman that smoke, but that if that's not your flavor, just like a man, if a man don't got money to provide for you, you're not judging that man just ain't your speed. That man is not qualified. That's not what you're looking for. So if a woman smoke, I'm not judging her. He don't care. And I tell him, hold on, don't do that. Don't do that, bro. Don't do that.
What?
Don't do that. Don't do that. I'm not judging nobody.
You don't care for a woman that smokes.
Don't do that.
You don't care for a woman that drinks.
I'm listen what I'm saying. I'm not talking about me personally. I'm saying you talking about judging somebody, they're gonna go to hell. No, we're not talking about that. I'm saying if that's not your speed and you understand that's not your speed, you move around. That may not be something you want to do. Oh, okay, then you smoke. Hey, that ain't my flavor. Just like a lot of you women, you don't want a man that can't offer nothing. You're not judging the man can't offer you nothing. That's it. You're not judging the individual, but individual can't offer what you're looking for, you move around. So if I got to give you a 40 sack of weed, then I need to move around and find something else. That's all. But that's not judging nobody.
Man, that's a deal.
That's a preference.
That's a deal. And I'm cheap.
I hear you.
So I'm cool with that all day.
I hear you.
But I'm not gonna spend $60 on that 3.5. I'm gonna have to give me a 3.5 for the 40, for the power.
Fat boy, you see how crazy he be talking.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get that 3.5 for the power.
That dude be talking crazy, man. Nobody.
Hey, if it's something you like, you would get it, but I'm not finna spend $60 on it.
Yeah, but you think
they ridiculous with them 3.5s now. I ain't finna spend no 60.
Oh, okay. What's a three? Give us a 3.5 now. I don't know what 3.5 is.
Oh, that's the grams. You're getting 3.5 grams of weed.
Oh, okay then. Okay.
Yeah. Down here, black down here strap, you get it for 20, 25.
With the 3.5?
Hell yeah. These niggas stupid.
I'm gonna have to give you my my mailing address.
Look,
Hey, shit.
I think
Give me a card.
they didn't pass it on the federal level now.
Put it in a car. No, he gonna put it in like he gonna give me a oil filter and put it in there.
Yeah.
In the brown box FedEx.
So, but like I was saying, is that you got to be honest. You got to be straight up and honest. You have to be real with one another, man. A lot of times, people that come in your life, man, they good people, and you really just don't want to hurt them. But a lot of times, that'd be best to say what you need to say to somebody, man, so you won't get up the road and you get tempted to cheat. Man, just if you like that person, just do that person a favor. Hey, man, the sex ain't what it is. We need to kind of move on. That person gonna cry, pout, do all that stuff, but they eventually get over that and they'll find somebody on it. Because it's somebody for everybody, you know what I'm saying, in this life. But if we want to be honest with one another and look for one another, then we got to get on that. Get on that.
Many people ain't gonna be honest, bro.
That's true.
Especially women.
That's true.
Women are the most dishonest creatures, and not judging, just speaking facts. They not gonna be honest, but yet it's women on here right now that's down in men that's saying that men lie and they don't. And I saw all this today. Men lie. They don't tell women that they got somebody else, and and all that. And my thing is, you kind of know how that man moving, that he has somebody else.
They don't care no way.
No, yeah. Mm-hmm.
They just want you to tell them. They don't care. They still gonna hook up.
That's my thing. That's what I think.
You got some women, when they see that wedding ring, it's like that's a damn magnet.
Yeah, that's a game with them. That's sport.
That's a magnet right there.
Yeah, they hooked them a
The
married
wedding
man.
ring?
Yeah. Some of the women, it's sport to them to hook a married man.
Yeah, that's why I ain't gonna even wear no wedding ring.
Yeah, men lie. Men lie because that's in a man's, I guess, like my mom was, that's in a man's nature. But now that women lie just as good or more than men lie now though. And women are caught up. They can specialize in that shit.
When women a little bit more colder with it. Women a little bit more.
Hey, my phone dying, y'all. I'll see y'all later, man.
All right, fat boy.
Appreciate it. Get at me.
Push up.
Hey, I'm gonna need you to put that in that mail though. Holler at me.
Boy, you stupid.
Yeah, both of y'all gonna be behind bars.
Mm-hmm.
No,
he
I know how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, when them feds knocking at your door, they
already
listen to this. They already listening to this right now.
I'll get him a 3.5 for the low.
Yeah, and then you're gonna do the alpha plea.
Yeah.
Do that. Alpha
I know how to get out of there now. I'm gonna do the young gun. I'm gonna do the gun.
Oh, that's
I know how to get out of there
now. That's what it's gonna be called. But yeah, man. So it's real, man. I mean, if we just look at it for what it is, man, and keep it real with one another, man, I think we can.
But women are saying now that men are not telling them that they have wives, live-ins, and other women. But
they know that.
I was always taught,
I don't know
just be upfront.
They know that,
just
though.
Be upfront.
They know that, though, bro. If they're attracted to that man, they know that. If she attracted to that man, they know that other men, other women want. Come on, bro.
They say,
come on,
men are living double lives now. A lot more are living double lives now.
Right. So that should be understood that they're gonna have somebody, or you should assume that until you
Yeah, they don't even care because there's no true moral compass anymore.
Right.
They don't have to lie. They can be like, look, hey, I'm married. Me and my wife and I, we ain't vibing right now. So what you want to do?
Right.
Right.
And that's what they want the man to do. But they say the men are not doing that. They're not saying that.
I don't know what neighborhoods they've been in, but from where I've been sitting, that's what happens.
Right. That's
And
right.
they don't care.
I'm thinking it's more of the younger guys that they dealing with. And like I said, I'm gonna inbox y'all all of this stuff that I'm saying. But yeah, they and she getting 30, 40, 50 people comments of women saying, yeah, they this, they that, they this, they that.
Right.
You know,
That's right. That's right. You right, man. You right.
they out there. But like I say, they still run to him because the sex is good. They mad. They disappointed. Why couldn't he just tell me? But then once she talked to him again and he said, hey, I'm about to come over there, he back in the sex.
Right.
That sex, man, is something serious.
And you got some women, man, they get caught up with that, and then they meet somebody good guy, and they hurt the good guys a lot of times because they so caught up on that man with the good sex, and they don't give the new man a chance because I see women on my Facebook timeline, man, they still caught up on their ex-boyfriend. I don't care how many years it's been, they still he my first love. I don't want to love nobody else.
Yeah,
they not willing to move on to find somebody new. They'd rather be, man, a lot of women will be by themselves and die alone if they can't have that man. And that's powerful. I don't know what it is about a woman in that nature of a woman that she's so caught up on a man in the sexual part that she can throw her life away, man. She'll quit a job. She want to half-ass go to work. I done seen young girls, they half-ass go to work. They in the bed all day. They laying up all day, having sex all day a couple times, and you in the bed all day doing nothing but having sex.
You got men
like that. They don't want to go to work. You
got men that will quit their job to run up behind this woman.
Yeah,
trying to see what she's
doing.
So
men still do that?
She can't mess with nobody else, sniffing panties and everything. Yeah.
Men still do that?
Well, if you want to call them men, but yeah, I'm quite sure they do.
Man, but I know more often women do. I done seen plenty of women, Jay, that, man, bro, they be off work, they sleep all day, they laying up with the man all day.
Well, if she laying up with the man all day, then they gotta be laying up together. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
The same thing.
You're not doing nothing. You just want to lay up all. That's crazy as hell to do that. But you know there's a test of how good the sex is. You know what I'm saying? You'll go homeless. You're calling that man on your job. You damn near losing your job because you're trying to keep up with a man that's gonna be a man in your presence or outside of your presence. You know, you'll go crazy.
Okay, so when you say that came up too, a man gonna be a man. A man gonna be a man. What that mean when they say a man gonna be a man?
A man gonna be a man if he's allowed to do what he do. If a man, let me see what this girl wants. This girl here, boy, I swear. What's up?
What's going on?
Yeah. We talking about how sex is kind of like taking over the relationships. Women are turning down guys that's financially stable, can help them get on their feet because they loving that sex. If his sex whack, they rather go back to what they had. You know what I'm saying? So we just trying to, we in here battling it out over what got women so
why y'all like that?
Sex today.
I don't know who doing that today. They got to be young because I ain't no old people doing that. Because at the end of the day, sex is temporary. It's going to die off the older you get. So you sitting here basing your relationship off on a temporary moment.
Right.
That makes no sense. That's some young people stuff. That's the only people that's jumping, going to search for leaving one person to go find somebody else because the sex ain't that good. Baby, you work with what you got. If that man taking care of you, that man is a provider, that man is the leader of your household, if that man is basically being the man that he's supposed to be, why are you gonna leave that for somebody just because they're gonna give you some temporary dingling? That makes no sense. Makes no
Right.
sense. Only young in the mind and immature women think like that.
Right. Right.
Because you can help them wherever they slacking at, you can help them. You can help
Right.
them. Sex, I mean, hey, you ain't always it's not gonna always be 100. So you can
Right.
help them in the area, whatever you feel like they're not doing right, teach them, show them.
Right. Right. Do
I'll
you
take a
think
financial favor, man, before sex.
right, right, right. But
Well,
see,
man, there's plenty
that's a
of them
woman.
out
Yeah,
there.
there's plenty of them out
That
there.
there's plenty of them out there. That's I'm gonna say they older. That's throwing away marriages and everything because that husband he ain't putting it down like they heard somebody else did, and then they go and get with that person or whoever their ex was or whoever they baby dad, whoever put it down with it, who put it down, they running back to him.
Right.
And it's destroying marriages because he ain't coming with it like the other one. He ain't as freaky as the other one.
Right. Right.
So you gonna tell me, so when maturity sets in, you're saying once you're mature, it's not really about the sex because it's so much other things that comes with the relationship, building a relationship, building wealth and all that, till sex is kind of like second or third dairy. Let's take care of these bills. Let's take care of these kids. Let's do this. Let's do that. But I know, like I say, this guy is willing to invest in this woman's business and all of that. And she is younger than him. So like she said, I think she kind of put the nail in the coffin that the majority of the people that's doing that is what I was saying earlier is the 30s and unders.
Right.
And well, I'm going to say 29 and under, the 20s
Right.
is doing that. Once you get 35, once you get 30, 31, 32, and you are actually trying to have some things, that sex shit play out.
Right.
It's gonna play out. Like I now that she said that, see, my mind wasn't on that because I'm seeing all the comments I'm talking about women 40 something was coming up under this girl post saying once she got freaked, she can't go back to regular sex.
Right.
The guy got to come with it, and these women 40. And they up under that under the girl who made the post had been like 28, 25, 28.
Yeah,
but then when she made it, here come them 30s, 35, 40s. Yeah, you right, girl. You right. They was amen in that shit.
They gonna miss it. It's like you saying that today, but when you 50 and lonely, complaining about you ain't got no good man, you gonna miss it. You gonna miss that good man that you left for that temporary sex. You gonna miss it. You gonna be missing all them things where I wish I woulda, coulda. No.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I say don't be sitting up here going left because of some temporary stuff. Now you need to stay where you stay where you put. If you're having situations, if something going on, work through it.
Right.
But work through it the right way. Like you don't have to walk away from nobody because they not doing this right or this, they not doing this according to how you think they should do it.
Right.
I mean, it's called compromise. You give a little.
Right.
But with that,
if they're not doing it right, it's because you're not giving the instructions properly.
But
if
some
not
feel like
doing it right, it could be something wrong with you.
Yeah, but
be the problem.
Right, but she was saying that if they're not doing it right, is to show them because everybody is different. So she was saying
that's what I'm saying. If they're not doing it right, it's because you're not giving them the proper instructions.
Right. You have to show a man how to love you in that way.
Because every woman is different. Every woman different.
Yeah. Every woman is different. So, and me
I was
personally,
saying this to Phantom, and I think I was saying this to Austin the other week, that someone can teach you how to love them.
Right.
Because and then there's a lot of
they can't teach you how to love them. They can teach you how to have sex with them or to
Yeah, that's
please
what I'm
them.
saying. I'm not saying teach
That
you how
no,
to love.
I'm saying no. I actually say love because different women you date requires different things.
Mhm.
Like I've been dating. When I would date, I would have one that wasn't affectionate, and so
Right.
I would. But then
That's
when I
teaching,
got
no,
with
that's
one,
teaching you.
the
That's
one
teaching
that I
that's
have
teaching you how
now,
to treat them, not to love them. No one can teach you how to love them. They can teach you how to have sex with them. They
someone can
you
teach you how to
treat
love,
them.
bro. They can teach you how to love.
Yeah,
It's
they
a
can
lot,
teach
and
you how
then
to
No,
like
love.
right
they
now,
not
it's
teach you
saying
how
a
to
lot
love.
of
Y'all
people are
getting
saying
that love term mixed up because love is an emotion.
Yeah,
Love
but
is
it's
not
an
taught.
emotion.
but
It's an
but
Love
she,
is
emotion,
not
but
taught.
but
no,
she's telling you how you can
mm-mm.
make by
I'm
her sitting
speaking
down with
from
you.
someone with I'm speaking from
Okay.
facts with me.
Right. Okay.
I kept a wall built up around my
Right.
heart,
Right.
an ice box where my heart used to be. I kept that wall up because I didn't want to be hurt. But then you can meet somebody who can say, I'm not gonna hurt you. It's okay
Right.
if you let that guard down. So you let it down a little bit, you experiment a little bit, you let it down a little bit more, so they're showing you that it's okay to love. Because I didn't
They're
love.
showing you it's okay to love. They're not teaching you how to love. They're
But-
not making you love them. That you are allowing yourself to fall in love with them or to love them. There's a difference. You cannot teach anyone how to love you. You can teach someone how to treat you, where you end up falling in love with them or loving them.
But that encompasses
Basically,
loving that, because that encompasses loving that person is treating the person that
yeah, all
that
that's
you
one
want to
and
be
the
treated.
same.
That
If
one
they're
and the
showing
same.
you
If
how to
you
treat them and all
don't-
that's the same
See,
thing as showing you
get
how
it
to
all
love.
wrong. Emotions is love. No one can teach you an emotion. No one can teach you an emotion. You get it mixed up. No one can teach you emotions. They can show you,
But
they
love,
can teach you different things, but they cannot.
love is not
Love
emotional.
is
Love is an emotion.
a mixed emotion.
Man,
I could love
Love is
you.
an
I
emotion.
love you.
Love is an emotion, and you perform
Love-
actions out of love. No
love-
one can teach you how to be emotionally attached to
Let
them.
me say this. Let me make my case. Love is the root of all emotions. So if I love my woman, that means I'm going to protect her. I'm going to provide for her. I'm going to do all the necessary things that I can, but I got to talk to her and say, hey, baby, what is it that I need to do better? What is it that I need to do to make you feel comfortable?
To make her feel comfortable, not to love her.
She can show you how to love her.
Listen, Jay.
Let me chime
How
in
to
with
love
that.
her.
Yeah, please,
Each
Jay,
person
go ahead.
accept love
Go
different.
ahead, y'all. Chime
Listen,
in, please.
every woman.
Let me chime in a second.
Go ahead.
So, as a woman, when I was younger, I used to hear about, I was taught how to love, or I was, this, that, and the other. Me
You can't be
personally,
taught how to
I
love though.
don't
That's an emotion.
believe. I don't believe that you can teach someone how to love. My thing is that number one thing is loyalty. Loyalty is first in everything. Loyalty. If you're loyal to somebody, you're gonna love them. You're gonna trust them. You're gonna give your all because you loyal to that person. Everything else is second to loyalty. For me, loyalty is first because I can't trust you to love me if you ain't loyal to me.
Right.
I can't trust anything else if you're not loyal. Loyalty for me is first.
Right.
And I can't teach you about love. Those are things that you're supposed to develop and learn through friendships and relationships at home. You're supposed to learn different things, but when you grow older, you're supposed to evolve in what you've learned. You're supposed to evolve. But the thing is that we as people have to start basically putting ourselves around people that are like us. So if you want to date somebody, you don't want to go out here dating somebody that's unaffectionate when you know you affectionate.
Right.
You want to date somebody that's affectionate just like you, that wants affection. You don't want to go out here and date somebody that doesn't want marriage and you want to get married. You want to sit up there and align yourself with somebody with the same, mental same things that you got going on. You want to align yourself with
But
somebody
I'm like the Tony Robinson dude. I go hand in hand.
Go ahead and
And so it's like if she's not affectionate, I shut it down. If she's affectionate, I know how to turn it on. You know, so it just depends on who I'm with. I'm more of a chameleon there when it comes to
That's a
different
waste of
women that
time.
I'm with.
That's a waste of time.
I go with the flow.
I'm not gonna do all that. I'm not gonna do all that. We either
it
gonna
doesn't
be
allow
in
you to be
sync
you.
or we not. We not
Yeah,
finna go
Right,
back
that's
and
what I'm
forth. I'm
saying.
not.
But like you
That's
say,
like
either you are
matching
or
energy.
you're not. So right now you may be with a man that's affectionate. You get with somebody else that's not. So you have to adjust to that if that's who you finna start dating.
No,
That's what I'm saying. The same thing
no,
I'm saying.
that's why
I
I don't want to
adjust
put myself
to
out there
whoever
looking
I'm
for
with.
somebody. See, when you're dating, you're already putting out what you want.
Right.
Just like they putting out what they want. Your wants have to match each other. You can't go wanting something that somebody else is not willing to give you because you're going to set yourself up for heartbreak and failure.
Exactly.
You can't sit up there and put yourself out there
Right.
saying, oh,
And that's
I
why
want
I
this.
say neutral.
That person telling you,
So
I don't
if
want
she's
that, but you're going to
I
go
know
give
how
them
to be
anyway.
affectionate. I know how to be to myself. It just depends on who I'm with.
Too many
You know
mind
what I'm saying? I go with the flow.
I can't do all that. I got to be with somebody. When I say this is what I want to ask you, I'm gonna ask you, what do you want? Then I'm gonna tell you what I want. If we align together, then I'm gonna date you. If that stuff is out of whack, some things you can bend on, some things you can, you can sit up there and compromise on, some things you cannot. Affection, I'm not compromising on that. Mental capacity, I'm not compromising on that. We got to match on certain things in order for us to make it. Me, I've grown a lot over the years because I've seen a lot and I've done a lot. So I've grown to the point where I've learned how to, I used to, was so manly. And so this is the one thing that a lot of women are called when you're independent. It's been man-like, too manly.
Right.
So I was told that a lot is that I act too much like a man. I act too much like I don't need a man. So I had to tone that down. I had to change that to where I still could be independent, but I still need you and I want you. I had to change that about myself. And sometimes you got to change things within you to get what's out there for you.
Right.
You can't just, match energy. No, we ain't gonna do that. I'm not gonna match your energy because if your energy negative, that means I want to be negative too. No, number positivity. You got to breathe that positive energy into your space, into your relationship.
When it comes to positivity,
so Black, you say you go with the flow. So that means if she wants to
with certain things,
do something.
Don't be ignorant with certain things, bro. It's like I never been an affectionate person, no way. So my thing is, if I meet somebody and they want to be affectionate, I can be affectionate. If I meet somebody and they not, I'm cool with that too. As long as our chemistry is there and we're growing, I don't have to be hugging on you all through the mall and all up in your ass every time you go to the store. I don't have to do that. I'm cool. And then if she want to hold hands and walk through Walgreens, I can do that too. But if she want to just walk side by side or in front of me, I'm cool with that too. I can date. That's not. Being affectionate is not a number one priority in a relationship. It's not a make or break for me.
Affection is very important.
Just go with the flow.
Affection is important.
Affection is important.
Well, it's important.
To me, it's not.
Let me
I'm saying, let me see it. Let me put it like this here. The affectionate part where if we step out the car and we walking in through the mall, her hand got to be up my back, feeling all up on my head and shit. I ain't with that. I mean, if she don't do that, I'm cool.
Affection is not just physical.
Yeah.
Affection is emotionally.
Okay, I'm talking about when I say I'm talking about the physical. Like my brother, he got a girl that we up there just talking. Me and him sitting at the table talking, and she all touching all up on his hands, rubbing all up his arm. I'm like, God dang.
Right.
That's what I'm talking about. The touchy-feely. I don't have to be touchy-feely. So when I say affectionate, I'm talking about all that touchy-feely shit. I can do it if that's what they into, but if they not, I'm cool with that too. That's not a requirement. You touching on me, rubbing all up my back when we walking through the mall.
So what if it's a requirement for her? What if it's a requirement for her?
I said I can go either way.
So
That's what go with the flow means. I said if she's cool with that, I can do that. If they not, it's not a deal breaker.
So you're saying you can do that continuously? Is that if that's what she wants?
He said he can go either way.
Yeah, because I'm not
do it continuously.
He said he can
Because
go away if that's what
I can do it
I'm gonna tell you
continuously.
right now, that's bullshit. Because
I
at the
can
end of
do
the
it
day,
continuously
at
y'all.
because
the end
I'm
of the
not fucked
day,
up about
Thank
it.
you, y'all.
how you are is how you are. When
Yeah.
you set in your ways, you set in your ways. If you're gonna be one way, you're gonna be that way. Can't nobody come in because they like this, you gonna change and say, oh, because you like that, oh, now I like it too. Ain't nobody
No,
finna, when you set in your ways, you
listen,
set in your ways. You ain't gonna flip flop like that. You sit
I'm
up
a
there,
number
yeah,
one, I'm a Gemini. Number two,
and y'all crazy.
and number two, I haven't really loved. I know how to
Right.
love.
Right.
I know how to love. I was taught how to love from growing up. But when I'm in a relationship, if I'm the way I was brought up for many years, I know how to play my role as a boyfriend. But that butterfly, Philly, floating in the cloud shit, I never got. Because I kept my heart up because I didn't want heartache.
Right.
I'm just a different person. I'm a different breed. I think different. I kept my heart up. I'm gonna go with the flow. And I'm waiting on a woman to fuck up.
I used to be like that.
Yeah.
You should understand. So I never gave in.
So I mean, I used to be hard as ice.
I just slowly
You
started.
got to evolve. You got to
Mhm.
evolve. When you grow older, when you get older, and you realize you have to evolve. And it's not just for them, it's for you too. It's like being hard all the time. That's the black persona, is that you have to be tough and hard all the time. And I had to calm my down because some people don't think I'm I could be a lady. I can. I can. Because I'm so used to being defensive or defending myself or being, independent, that they feel like I cannot stay in a woman's place. I can't act like a woman. And that's the thing. Yeah, I can, because I had to evolve, but you have to take in what your partners are telling you. You even have to take in what outside people are telling you when you're dating, because if everybody's saying the same thing, then it got to be something wrong with you. So you got to be able to take that outside criticism, and evolve with it. And that's the thing, is that's what
And so that's why I said, the one I'm with now, I slowly, because I used to have an ice box where my heart used to be, and I kept my guard up because I didn't want the heartache. So as this person was like, you don't have to be like that with me, this and that and that. So I slowly started. But when I'm in relationships, I'm expecting the person to fuck up. Yeah, you like to say, I was taught you hope for the best, but prepare for the worst.
And you have to go in open. And the thing is that, and I used to be like that too. I used to go in saying, well, hey, this is going to be what it is. It's like, I don't care what it is. It's going to be whatever we decide it is. You want to be this, you want to be that. But now I've set standards for myself to where I'm not going to allow nobody to dictate how you treat me. You're going to treat me how I would treat you. We're going to treat each other well. We're going to treat each other with respect, number one. And when I put myself and when I open up myself, thing is, you're going to lose out in the end if I'm opening up myself and I'm being true to you and I'm doing right by you and I'm doing all the things as a woman should. And you messed it up. That's on you. That's the blessing you messing out on. Is because God has
that's a priority of yours.
Right.
That's your priority. That's a priority of yours, and you're not accepting anything less.
Right.
And that's a priority. But as far as holding hands and all that, I don't. If she says she don't want, if I meet somebody, which hopefully my meeting is over, but if I'm meeting somebody and they say, well, I don't really like the touchy feely, I'm neutral on that. I could care less about the touchy feely. That's not something that's a deal breaker with me. If you don't like holding hands walking through the mall, I'm cool with that. If you like holding hands walking through the mall, I could do that too. Because I've been so, I guess, desensitized to relationships. Like say the butterfly running through the daisies and sighing when you think about them. That shit died out at 20, 21, 22. And so shit, until I met somebody that halfway, that had me back into that mode, I went forever. I'm blocked out.
But see, that's okay, because you reserved it for that one person. You and I were alike in that area, and we've discussed that. But it's always that one person that can have you in that place, that giddy place that you love to see them. You can't wait till they get home. y'all texting all
Yeah,
day.
but you gotta admit, you never thought you would see that. Cause my mind was made up. I wasn't gonna see it. I said I was gonna have me a shotgun sitting on the porch with a dog named Blue, and I just sitting on the porch. That was me. I'm chilling. I wasn't planning on being with nobody long term. None of that. My mind was made up. Women ain't worth whatever. They gonna always lie. They gonna cheat. They gonna find a way to F over you. So I was just like, you be in a relationship and me and you a mess over him. That was my mentality. You got your man, and then I'm just gonna be the outside, and then me and you a mess over him. That was me.
And then we grew.
Right.
Again, let me say this. That's where loving somebody, because when you're in a relationship, you learning that person, you learning to love that person over a period of time. You know that person likes and dislikes. You're not necessarily on an instruction board. Hey, you need to do this to make me happy. You need to do that. No, we talking about based on experiences, because I may say something to y'all and I offended her. It may be regular to me. So I need to learn how what her ups, what's her downs, what her buttons
That's
are,
still not
what her
learning to love someone.
No, but you're understanding how to treat her.
That's
and
right.
treating somebody is an aspect.
That ain't learning to love.
It is learning to love if you keeping that dog. If I'm
no,
keeping
it's not
that dog,
learning. You cannot learn to love.
Yes, you can.
You are learning how to treat a person. You are learning how to a person needs to feel a certain way.
You can learn.
You cannot learn to love.
You can't learn to love somebody, man. You got to understand this person.
Ain't nobody ever taught me how to love them. That didn't come up in my elementary classes, my high school or college classes.
Listen,
because if you someone can teach you how to love, then that should
be. You gotta learn to love somebody by understanding who that individual is, to respect that individual, so you won't constantly disrespect that individual. That's learning to love somebody, understanding where this person come from, what happened to this person, why this person is the way she is.
That's not learning to love. You are getting love. You get love mixed up. I don't know what you get love mixed up with, but that's not love.
All right,
you're looking at a specimen.
I see what
you're looking at a specimen. That's what you're
learning to love. Now this is on the internet. Learning to love and to be loved. Psychology today. We can learn to love those with whom we share our daily lives because of our sheer exposure to each other's basic existence.
You can learn to love.
No, you learn how to love them. You don't learn. You're not learning to be in love with them. No,
we're not talking about.
I think the word wasn't learning to be in love. It was learning to love.
Because it's like when you grew up and with your parents, with your mama, with your dad, and they're showing you love. They're showing you how to love. You take that because they taught you that. They had to teach you that. You didn't know how to love until you were born. They showed you what love was. Some people know, but some people don't know what a love is because they've never received a hug. They've never been,
a lot of and I'm sure you've seen that on social media lately, where people saying women don't love men because they wasn't taught love as a child or wasn't taught love growing up, and vice versa. Men don't know how to love women because they wasn't taught love growing up.
You're seeing what love looks like.
The love that you're talking about.
No one can teach
the love that you're talking about is emotion.
No one can teach your heart how to feel.
I'm talking about.
You're saying that someone can teach your heart how to feel.
I'm talking about the love between a man and a woman. That's what I'm talking about. We're dealing with relationships.
Okay. So if all these people can learn to teach somebody how to love, then why is divorce so high?
Because a lot of us lying.
Because they not in love when they get married. They just married for two.
So therefore, you cannot teach someone how to love.
But Jay, they lying, just like she said. They lying. They love them in the first place.
They are not in love. They just doing something.
But
they infatuated.
They don't have to be in love.
They
don't
were
have to be in love
infatuated
because
for
you can teach them how to
however
love.
many years.
But if
You
men,
can teach somebody how to love,
listen,
so they don't
Why?
have to be in love
Because
when
if
they
it's
first start.
love, it ain't gonna take nobody
it ain't gonna
5
take nothing.
years to marry you, 10 years to marry you, and they love you. Ain't no
Exactly.
way. It ain't
Exactly.
gonna take them 2
They
years to
don't
marry
have to
you, and
love
they
you
love
because you
you.
can teach them how to love.
No,
They can go down to your local community
No,
college,
we talking
take
about
a class, and
we
learn
talking
how to love.
we talking about Black Jay. We talking about if me and y'all was in a relationship, and I had to learn her who she is. She had to learn who I am because we're in this relationship together. She don't know. She's learning me. She
Isn't
don't
that
know
what you
why.
do in any
She
relationship?
don't know. Right. She don't know. She don't know why I do the things I do. So
You
she's
have to do
asking
that
me.
as a part of
But
getting to know someone.
That's a part of you want to love this person, so you got to know how to treat this person.
Hey, criminals
Love
do it
is
all
an
the time
aspect.
in manipulation.
A love
let
is
me
an
say this,
aspect. Love is an
and
aspect of it.
I'm gonna speak from a different perspective. Being a domestic violence survivor, okay, coming from that aspect, when you talk about love, when because a lot of people say coming from an abusive relationship that
Right.
it's hard to love women like that.
Right.
Okay. So, and it's hard, it's hard for women to open up and, love somebody else again after going through it. The meaning is that that man has to come in and show you, which is at the same time teaching you that they are different, that they are not the same, that they're not going to treat you like that. You're still learning. You're still, this man is coming in and showing you different. It may not be teaching you how to love, but they are showing you, and you're still learning. It's still teaching at the end of the day. You're still being taught that,
I'm not trying to hurt you. I'm different.
Right.
I ain't trying to hurt you.
That I'm different. I'm not going to hurt you like that.
Yeah.
That's teaching you something. That's teaching you. And you're learning that, well, you know what? He's not like everybody else. He can show me something different. He's showing me a different side that I need to be open to.
And that's what I'm saying, because I'm consistent, and I got to be consistent because you're in an abusive relationship. So I have to build your trust, and I got to be consistent.
Right. So
it takes a real man
you're
to be
opening
able to
up
broken
to
woman.
allow yourself to love. Because of what this person is showing you, you are opening up to allow yourself to love.
I didn't
open
know
your
that.
heart to this
I didn't
person.
know that. I didn't know that until she.
Let's go deeper. Let's go deeper. Let's just say
I had to tell you what I went through in order for you to do all that. You didn't know that until I taught you that. So when I taught you and showed you and what I went through, that's the only way you can sit up there and you can sit up there and show me who difference if I tell you and I teach you about what I went through.
Right.
It's a learning thing.
Let's just say somebody.
That's not learning. That's not.
Let's just say somebody is a crack. Let's just say somebody is addicted to drugs, and you meet her, and you hate or have a strong dislike to the person that you met, but she needs your help, and you don't like what she's going through, but you can help her. I've heard people say, like I had an uncle that was an alcoholic, and his wife said that it took her a long time. She had to really learn to love him because she did not, it was like the person that he had become through the alcohol, she didn't care for. She said it took a lot, but she said, I eventually learned how to love him because he was rejecting a lot of things that she thought she was showing him affection. He didn't care for that. She had to learn how to love him from his upbringing.
Right.
So she literally
she learned how to cope with what he was going through.
That ain't coping.
He learned how to cope with what he was going through.
Not coping,
and how
man.
to treat him in that time.
Man,
come on, can't nobody teach you how to love. That's like like saying somebody can teach you how to think. You think the way that you think. You feel the way that you feel.
Now, on the thinking thing, I had a lot of, and you too, we had a lot of effed up ways of thinking. But as we like y'all say, as you grow, you can learn to think differently.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I
So
didn't
the
some
thinking
other
thing-
way.
I said no
I asked
one
them
can
the
tell
way.
you what to think or how to think.
Nobody
you
is
think how
telling you
think.
how you think. Nobody's telling
No
you.
one can
But when
put
you-
love in your heart. No
when
one can
you-
put
yes,
love
they-
in your heart.
Man, you.
No one
if
can put
you-
love in your heart.
Man, if
No
if
one
I
can put
see a
love in your heart.
woman, if I see a good woman, if I see a good woman, and I understand where she come from, she can put love in my heart for her based on what she's been through.
I tell you,
And
wait. Let me step back. Let me step back. So me, I stepped out and I attempted to be in a relationship with someone, went as far as marrying them, feeling that I can learn to fall in love with them.
Nah,
I did everything that I could to feel love for that person.
but it
But
gotta be,
wait, let me finish.
Wait.
But
Okay.
until I got with the person that I'm with now, and even our relationship previously, I did not know what true love felt like because it was organic. It
Can't
was
nobody.
there.
You supposed to felt that. Can't nobody can teach your heart no love.
That's what I said. I felt it. No one taught me. I felt it.
But you
That's
felt
what
it with
I'm
her.
saying. No,
you
can't
felt it
teach
with
that.
her. Yes,
What?
man. That the
You
feeling
see what,
got to
you see what I go through?
listen to me. The feeling got to be mutual. Me and y'all got mutual feelings for each other. Now I'm starting to understand where she coming from. Okay,
And my
so
uncle,
this is
and my
why this is
uncle was
why
an alcoholic.
we were not
He
drunk.
couldn't stand the person he was. He
Yeah.
did not accept the love that she knew in her heart to give to him. He was rejecting it. She had to learn.
So she
how-
just expressed a different way of making him feel better and
but the
tolerating
feelings
what
were
he was
mutual.
going
And
through.
she
But
said it took her a while to learn how to love him because he did not accept the love that she tried to give
the way
him.
that she can tolerate staying with
that
him.
ain't no
That was not
tolerance,
love.
man.
See, but it's no
She
different
loved him
than
enough to see him through his
it's no
alcoholism.
different than, you know,
Yeah.
the older people when they tell you that they were put together with people, they were forced to marry people, and then end up learning how to love them because they were, you know, they were young and they were
Or had
forced
a
to
baby,
be
you
with
know,
that
got
person.
pregnant
It's
or
no
whatever.
different.
Yeah.
And they eventually learned how to love that person because they didn't, you know, it was just something that they was put into. They didn't want it, but after being with them so long, they learned how to love that person. They learned how to, you know, love that person, and they fell in love with that person. So now I hear that all the time from older people is that they learned how to love a person that they wasn't even, you know, was incompatible with.
Let me break down what they're saying. They were saying that they tolerated their situation long enough where they ended up having emotional feelings for this person, where they ended up falling in love. They didn't teach them how to love them. They grew to love them.
They could have taught themselves how to love them. So
they
it doesn't matter
They
if you're
taught
being
themselves how
taught.
to tolerate them. There's a difference. We keep getting love, this word, this emotion mixed up with these actions that are done or these things that are done.
See, I don't confuse love because I don't even believe in the word love. Love is supposed to be a word that people just say just to be saying. I believe in loyalty, trust, and consistency. I don't believe in love. Love is just something that everybody throw around. They say that people tell you that all day long.
Yeah, I don't play with that word.
Right.
You know how people be on the phone with folks. You know how people be on the phone with folks before they get off. They say I love you. I don't say that.
It's just words people say to people.
I don't do it. You gotta show me. I'm gonna act like I'm from Missouri. You gotta show me.
Yeah, love is action, man. I mean, and a lot of times we don't know. Love is an action word. When you love somebody, you gonna keep the lights on. You love somebody, you gonna keep the heat on. You love somebody, you're gonna put food in that person's stomach because you love this person.
All right, so a man that's cheating on his wife or a woman that's cheating on her husband, they keep the lights on. They keeping the
Why?
lights
Why?
on.
No,
They keeping
Why
the
is
person
food on
that
the
but
table.
loves
why
you
is
gonna
it?
So
feed
But
this
why?
what are
here.
you
Why
saying?
is it? But
They
why
gonna
is
feed
it?
this right
They
here.
gonna feed
Nothing
that
else.
right there.
They gonna feed this right here first. They're gonna feed
You
your
know?
mental. They're
Yeah.
gonna feed your spirit. They're gonna feed your soul before they
So
feed
No, but this
anything
Yeah.
else.
brother just
It
said
ain't.
that
It ain't
love
gonna
You
is
always
got
keeping
to
be.
the
feed
But
lights
that
Jay.
on
mental
and keeping
first.
But
the
Jay.
water on and
But
all
Jay.
that.
But
It's not
Jay. But
All
it
that,
ain't gonna
all
always
that's
be
gonna
cheap.
come. But
But
I don't
Jay.
want nobody
all
around
that
you.
comes
See,
exactly when
It's
see,
you
a
love
part of
I
it.
someone.
don't care
All
about
that comes
paying
with
bills
that.
because we all can pay bills.
But
But
it's
at
a
the end of
over.
the day, can you keep me sane? Can
Right.
you keep me happy? Can
Right.
you keep me grounded? Can we have a discussion without it being an argument? Can
Right.
you do this? Bills, that's one thing. But at the end of the day, me being mentally stable
Right.
with somebody is everything for me because I don't argue. I don't like to argue. I don't do all that back and forth. And you got people that's toxic to me.
Right.
I've dealt with toxic and it was by force, not by
Mhm.
choice. And now that I'm free of it, I refuse to have any toxicity in my life.
Mm-hmm.
So
Right.
it's like, love, hey, we can have that at some point, but can you
Be loyal.
fuck my brain?
Yeah. Right. Right. Right.
mindset.
Mindset.
Can you eat on my mental? Can you eat on that?
Right.
Are
Right.
we spiritually yoked? Because if you don't believe that God is good, why I'm gonna sit around you? If you don't believe, you think that hey, you don't believe in God. Why I'm gonna sit around and be with you? You
Right.
don't believe. So if I'm calling on His name, you gonna sit up there? No, we can't have no household that they just don't work. You got to sit up there. Like I said, that's why I say that match your energies. No, can't match your energies. You got to match mental.
Right. Right.
You
That's
got to be on
real.
the same chord up here.
That's real. That's real. That's real. That is so real. Black. What's on your fold up, man?
No, I just
What you thinking of summarizing? What you thinking?
no, just only thing is just that, like she say, I believe that the newer generation is doomed because they're ran by sex, and the world and relationships are bigger than sex. And if you base a relationship on sex, it eventually ends because of sex. So I just feel like if you're gonna be in a relationship, it has to be something deeper than sex. Reach for like she say, mind stimulation,
Yeah.
chemistry,
Right.
because the sex gonna fade
Right.
eventually.
Right.
Either some way somebody can get an illness,
Yeah.
somebody
You
can have
might
an
get sick.
accident, anything can happen, and their sex drive can die or
Yeah.
just not be there. So if you don't love that person, of course, if it's based on sex, you're gonna step out and find the next person who can sex your brains.
Right.
So yeah, the that sex ruling the relationship thing, it's there. We see
Right.
that, but that's with lack of maturity. When maturity sets in, you'll
Right.
see that sexual moment is a moment that's captured and remembered and shared, but it shouldn't be the main focus of your relationship.
That's real. That's real. Man, we just I wanna you wanna say any
I
last
want
remarks?
Yada
Yeah.
Yada
Yeah.
summer,
Go ahead.
and then I want Austin
Summer.
to summer.
Go ahead. You wanna say anything? Yeah.
Basically, all I'm gonna say is be kind and rewind. That's it.
That's
Like
it.
Be kind and rewind.
I'm just be kind. Like be kind. Treat
Yeah.
everybody how you want them to treat you because the world is in a bad place right now.
Yeah, it is. It
And
is.
it's not even about love. It's about mutual respect for each other. Let's have respect for each other on both ends, and that's it. That's respect, loyalty. Can't go wrong because when you got that loyalty first, everything
The
else
loyalty
gonna fall in
is
place.
everything.
Right.
Promise you. It's gonna
Right.
fall in place.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
That's real. Awesome.
Jay.
Well, this was a very good discussion.
Yeah.
And I just want to say to anyone that's out there listening, if you get in a relationship and someone tells you that they are going to learn to love you, run.
Get out of it. Yeah.
If they are going to grow, if they are going to grow to love you, that's different.
Jump out that airplane.
If they're going to grow to love you, that's totally different. If your love can grow together, that's different, in which keeps you loyal, keeps you committed. Because if someone has to learn to grow you, there's a possibility that they're gonna fail that test. But if you're growing in the things that you are mutual in, that you're on one accord in, and you grow in love, it ends up being a beautiful thing.
Right. That's what's up.
Yeah. Black love is a beautiful thing. Okay, and what do you got to say, Phantom?
And
Man,
man,
the way
look,
it's going now, interracial love is too.
I want to thank. I want to thank.
I said, if you're a sports player or anybody else, it looked like interracial love is too. You said black love is a beautiful thing, so I was just saying.
Love is a bit okay. All right, we'll say that. Man, we want to thank everybody for coming out. I want to thank Tony Robinson. I want to thank Fat Boy coming on the panel. We want to thank y'all for coming on. You can we get you a link. You can come on, Latanya, and we want to thank everybody for their comments. And you can always come on, y'all. You know, we'll send you a link if you want to add, because we need women to kind of balance it out.
And
you know,
and y'all, you seem like you more straightforward, cut to the chase. Tell it like it is, and we kind of need that, because sometimes we get caught up in our men discussion. Blue Moon, you came on here tonight and you intercepted. You came in and you just kind of shifted the whole conversation,
right,
which was cool, which was good, because we was going this way
in a man zone, but you got
and you was like, well, it's about this, it's about that, and I don't care what you say. I was like, okay, so you kind of.
I see it out of both eyes. It's that thing. It's because people say you ain't never been a man. I've been a man before.
Right.
But I've changed. So I see it out of both perspectives. But I can see y'all side just like I can see women's side.
Right. Then you just come and pick the more logical side between the two. So that was cool. That was cool. That's so we appreciated that. And like I said, we look forward to having you on here again.
Yeah.
And with all that being said, it's happening, so we're speaking on it.
We're going to speak on it. We spoke on it, and we thank everybody. Peace.
We out.